everybody, a Bob Possibility, and in today's video, we're doing a podcast. Annoying. You're annoying. All right, I am Kevin, joined here with George, Jacob, and our good friend MT, real name MT. So, gentlemen, how should we start? Jacob, would you like to start?
Well, I would say, because last time we started, we were like, oh, everybody clearly knows us because we're household names. So
well, everyone knows us.
So what I like is that we are starting the podcast by shitting on Kevin. This is fun.
Well, this isn't fun. I'll just cut all this out. None of this never happened.
You can't cut me out.
I'm uncuttable.
I'm not making any YouTube money because they kicked me out of
I'm not emo.
You're not making... Oh, I'm outie. Bye.
Hey, this video is sponsored by Dollar Shave.
Stop with the sponsor. So anyways, I'm George, also known as Baby Jebediah in his videos.
I'm Jacob.
All right.
Jacob.
Yeah.
All right.
Because the rest of the Jacobs are... Well, no, the rest of the Jacobs are relevant.
All right, and that's MT, like I said, real name MT. So guys, we all have something very special and in common together, and that's the fact that we've all just watched the new episode of Star Wars: The Clone Wars, featuring.
And we just got finished docking.
We just got finished docking. So, let's talk about that episode. Actually, let's talk about the season entirely. All right, and when I say entirely, I mean let's not talk about the middle part and only the beginning arc and the second arc. Can we
with the one that you were obsessive over the girl who had autism.
So okay, so actually, I'm glad. Hold on, I'm glad we're here. I'm glad we mentioned this. So for those who have watched Star Wars: The Clone Wars, the new season, Ahsoka runs into these characters, Trace and other Hispanic girl. Also,
they're not Hispanic.
Her sister looks like Sombra from Overwatch. Her sister literally has the same haircut. But anyway, I am thoroughly convinced that Trace is on the autistic spectrum in like some regard or has Asperger's. I'm not entirely educated on the difference.
Girl with the ground beef hair.
The girl with the ground beef hair. That's a good way of putting it. But it was the episode where they dumped the spice out of the ship in slip space, and she's like, no one's taking my ship, no one's taking my ship, no one's taking what she said.
I think that's more of a reason because that was her life's work. That was the only thing motivating her day to day.
Also, the scene before that where she repeats herself twice, like, I have the best ship around. And then 3 seconds later, I have the best ship around. Like
I think it's because it's a kid's show at the end of the day. So you're like, haha.
Ahsoka chopped off 4 people's heads. It's not a kid's show anymore. Shut up, George.
Yeah, but this season has felt a lot more. I don't know. I can't explain it.
Kiddish, George?
I would say, well, I mean, according to you, more autistic, since you feel like they included an autistic character.
I love inclusivity.
The fact that you went to the extent of...
The extent of having an idea? The extent of having an idea?
No, posting on a subreddit, be like, is she autistic? Like,
no, I asked, does anyone else...
It doesn't matter.
I think it does matter, because that's Star Wars' first autistic character. And a lot of people agreed with
Grievous.
Grievous is pretty autistic. Also, Jacob, MT, anything to add? Do you guys think Trace is autistic? Jacob thinks so. He agreed. All right.
Wow, did you guys see the episode that came out today? Wow, let's talk about that one. That seems a lot better to talk about.
All right. Also,
I agree.
If I could just
let's move away from the whole, mocking. It just took people.
I'm not mocking.
I can't talk.
I'm not mocking.
You kind of did when you said you did a voice while you were saying my ship.
No, I'm making fun of the character.
Cut it.
Because I hate the character. But
don't cut any of this.
Let's be honest, that arc was pretty bad.
All of that.
No, it really was. Those 3 episodes were so non-consequential, honestly. So far.
Especially the one where they like start on the prison and then end on the prison.
Middle episode.
Yeah, they literally could have removed that, and it probably would have like 90% of the same effect.
They did nothing. It was just a fucking Benny Hill episode where it's like you could put the song from Benny Hill and fast forward the episode like by 2 times, and it's gonna be the fucking best thing ever because they escape the little prison. They go through this adventure, and then they end up back right where they started. It's just
like
goodness.
And here's the thing: the only development that happened in that episode was like the Mandalorian seeing Ahsoka. But if you cut that out, they literally see her in the next episode too. So it's like you could have got the same effect. So let's talk about that new episode, guys. That was spicy. Wouldn't you agree?
It was good. I liked it a lot.
I loved Obi-Wan's intro. I loved Anakin's intro. I loved
Obi-Wan's intro was anime as fuck.
It was, and I didn't care.
Fucking neat. This motherfucker chopped the missile in half and didn't blow up. I don't understand that. there was explosions 2 feet either side of him. He wasn't just turned into fucking Jedi mush.
Is there anything you liked about the opening sequence of the episode, Jacob, that you would like to add?
Well, besides the obvious, probably the most jarring thing for the episode that started was the fact that instead of the war drum beat, boom, 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 we actually got the fanfare Star
Yeah,
Wars
you're right.
opening.
You're right.
Yeah, and there's no quote. I was like, oh
And
my
the-
god.
Oh, you're right. There was no quote. That actually I forgot about that part.
Yeah, unless
I
the
guess
quote was
Because
part
Dave
one.
Filoni's like, this shit's fucked up. It's gonna speak for itself.
Definitely got me right into it. Like, oh my god, like this is going to be something a little different than we've experienced in Clone Wars. And I've seen it thrown around a lot on the internet about how this actually isn't really going to be an arc. More so, it's just going to be a movie. It's going to be a movie in 4 parts.
That's what it feels like. It really feels that way. And this episode, it feels like it's taking itself a lot more
Dang,
serious
they got a lot
as
done
well.
with this movie in just the first episode.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Well-
this episode just feels a lot more like it takes itself a lot more serious. You know, you don't
Yes.
got the, and it's like and it says a Lucasfilm. What was it? A Lucasfilm like
Production or
time
what?
production or something
Whatever.
like that.
Who
So
cares?
it clearly feels like these parts, this entire arc of the Siege of Mandalore was supposed to be like a movie or something.
Do,
You know,
Right.
do you think they'll show Shak T dying again?
for the 4th time. I hope they just canonize which one of her 3 deaths is actually canon.
No,
Apparently-
I don't. I could be wrong, but I think the show's gonna like end with Ahsoka. I don't think we're gonna veer off. I think this is all gonna be. I don't know. Actually, I'm actually now debating that in my head.
If I could interject, actually, apparently, the one where Shak T's meditating and gets fucking stabbed by Anakin might be the canon one. Because if you remember, in season 6, when Yoda goes
Yeah,
to,
no,
like, yeah, and he sees the vision he sees of Shak T dying is where she's sitting down, meditating, she gets stabbed.
Well, I mean,
Which
well,
proves
no,
Shak T is an
when
idiot.
she's meditating and gets stabbed, I think Grievous is the one who killed her because they're told that they're gonna head over to Coruscant is because they said that they lost contact with Shak T, so it's presumably that Grievous has already captured her.
Well, the old recorded death is in the movie where Grievous kills her, but he kills her in the beginning. Of
But no, they were all deleted scenes.
Yeah.
There was 2 deleted scenes, I think, in episode 3 where Anakin kills her, and then where Grievous kills her while he has Anakin and Obi-Wan captured.
Yeah, that he kills her like sometime then. Yeah, that's the one he kills. She wasn't meditating though. What else did we like about the episode? And we all have to like
Well-
it. What?
So I don't know exactly how these next 3 episodes are gonna go. I'm assuming. I'm very curious whether or not we actually ever see anything outside of Ahsoka, Mandalorian, and Rex. But I did a little research after watching the episode. I was like, okay, so the episode basically, we get like a third way into the episode, and Anakin and Obi-Wan are leaving for Coruscant to go rescue the Chancellor at the beginning of Revenge of the Sith. So I was then curious, okay, how long is Revenge of the Sith from start to ending? How much time is it in canon?
About 2
And so
hours.
essentially, no, it's so from the beginning to us seeing Luke and Leia being born is about 4 days. That's all it is. Yeah, it's 4 days. So, which makes me like, oh, so I don't know how much they're gonna draw this out. The Siege of Mandalore. I don't know because I don't know how much time. They don't have much time. 4 days. So it would be
Well,
interesting
you don't
that.
have to.
What was that?
You don't have to go to when Luke and Leia are born. You can go to Order 66, I'd say.
Oh, true move.
No,
True move.
no. I'm just saying that what we know is that from the beginning of Revenge of the Sith to Luke and Leia being born was 4 days. That's all it was.
Mhm.
That's what I'm talking about, the time frame of Revenge of the Sith. So
Yeah.
Well,
so I
I
guess I know
think-
what you're saying. Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think the
eventually
next
you'll have to.
episode is gonna end with the cliffhanger of it coinciding with Order 66 because at the beginning of when Anakin and Obi-Wan were about to take off to Coruscant, they said like, "Oh, we'll be there in an hour," you know. So they gave a time frame. It's like, okay, so now we have an hour before those events kick off, and then we don't know how much time transpired between them leaving and the siege commencing.
Okay, I see your point. Yeah, because they usually don't give time frames.
Yeah, so for all intents and purposes, I think as of like as soon as the siege began, we might already be in the same time frame as episode 3.
And that would explain why Commander Rex. He's Commander Rex now. I'm so happy for him.
He is.
Yeah,
Yeah, Commander. Yeah.
It's about time he gets promoted. Is he Commander
I
Rex
mean,
in
we'll
the...
see how long that promotion lasts.
Uh-oh.
It does not last very long.
I
I'm
wouldn't
assuming
mind
after he abandons his post with Ahsoka, which is what's going to happen.
Oh, you
he's
just
not-
told.
Hey, wait a minute.
What?
Spoilers!
What, am I spoiling Rebels?
Yeah,
Fuck
I've been
off,
watching-
watch
Kevin
Rebels.
doesn't know anything about Rebels.
Yeah, I was gonna
Oh.
finish Clone Wars, and now look, Jacob, I can erase this from the podcast, but I can't erase it from my mind.
Okay, just to be clear here, you knew he survived.
Well,
You
I knew
You
he
never
survived.
said he survived.
Well, I knew
So
he survived.
I'm to be clear here, Kevin.
You need
You
to
knew.
stop spoiling with your explanations.
No, I'm gonna stop explaining shit. But like, you know what? No. I'm not gonna feel bad for spoiling something Kevin should have known years ago. Fuck you, Kevin.
Excuse
Come on,
me,
just-
I just started watching this show. I'd be stupid to start watching it with Clone Wars not being done. I'd be dummy.
So you know,
See, typically I would agree with you and be like, yeah, haha, fuck you, Kevin, you're a Bobo boy. But that's just
yeah.
mean.
Yeah, Jacob.
I've been very delicate about discussing anything.
yeah. Well, the
Regarding
podcast is
any
more
of the
important, I don't
characters.
care.
Jacob, you're
I'm
a
sure
bully.
the audience agrees with me.
You're
All
a
6 of them.
bully. You're a bully.
You're assuming my opinions.
Okay, fine. Then I will then stay to what Kevin knows. Something that I did find very interesting, and they did it kind of shove in our face, was right there. You talk about Obi-Wan's opening, his arrival scene, whatever.
Yeah.
He does that by saving Cody,
Yeah.
which I thought was like, oh fuck you guys.
Oh
That
yeah.
was a missile too.
Yeah, like because we know what Cody does. He
Yeah.
goes ahead and
Cody-
betrays him right there.
He
Getting
moves
forced
into the
to
White
blast him.
House.
Yeah.
No,
Blast.
that's
Cody
Corey.
in the house.
Corey. Good show. Not really.
Commander
Let's
Corey.
see.
Oh,
Then
God.
they go down, and then they kill Vaughn. Rip.
Who?
Right?
Exactly.
Exactly. Yeah.
What?
I also saw that was maybe supposed to be a prominent member of the 501st that we would have met, but just since things didn't
They're
go,
dead.
things
They're
didn't
gone.
go, yeah, they're dead or gone. But since things didn't exactly happen as we thought with this last season, in terms
You
of
know
like
what would be really cool?
it just now being produced.
If we
we
would
never
have
got to
spent
see
more
that.
time with the 501st in those 3 episodes instead of with the autistic chick and her sister.
Okay, cut that.
George agrees.
So when Vox gets killed out, you're like, what the fuck? You know?
Yeah.
Like, what if
yeah.
Vox was like the surrogate replacement for Echo to Rex?
Oh yeah.
Imagine that, my
What kind
guy.
of name is that though? Vaughn.
That's a name.
Wasn't it
He
Vox?
wouldn't have been there long.
I thought it was
Vaughn's
Vox, not
No,
Vaughn.
it's
No,
Vaughn.
it's Vaughn.
Vaughn
Vaughn's
is a grocery store.
Yeah, but like the other,
Vaughn
like
is a
some of the
name.
other names, like there's like you can see how it's a nickname or how they got that name.
Mhm.
I forget how Rex gets his name or Cody. But something about Vaughn, that sounds like a
He
common
likes
last name.
he likes dinosaurs.
I was gonna say that.
I don't know something about the name Vaughn. that threw
Dinosaurs
me
in
off.
Star
I was like,
Wars.
huh?
Jacob, I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
They probably just gave a
Wait,
lot
there's
of
a
names.
Tyrannosaurus Rex in Star Wars.
Wait,
Yeah.
really? No, you're lying. You're
Yeah.
lying. I don't like the way you're saying that.
Yeah, you can't trust him, George.
You
Sorry.
said I'm lying, and I said yeah.
Oh
am.
yeah, I'm on to you. Anything else about
But there are
Clone Wars?
dinosaurs in Star Wars.
No.
You have the Mythosaur, which the Mandalorians killed off, and that's what
We-
the skull is based off of.
Are we all guessing that the next 3 episodes also will be half an hour?
I hope.
I hope the last episode was
Imagine.
like 5 hours long.
I could watch a 5-hour long thing.
I
Presumably-
assume it's all
yeah,
going to be half
presumably-
an hour.
Yeah, that means presumably we only have 90 minutes left of Clone Wars.
It starts and it's just episode 3.
I was telling George that this season had the shortest Clone Wars episode and the longest in one. Isn't that crazy? That's called growth, guys. Also, if we can
Isn't
mention...
it-
What's up? What?
Isn't the shortest like one of those in the first arc?
Yeah, it was 18 minutes. I was like, damn, that's a real short.
This
Yeah,
is
I
the second
remember
episode, I
looking-
think.
Seeing
Right?
that length, it's like, what the fuck?
It was the third one, actually. But
Yeah, I think it might have been the third one.
if I can
Right.
mention episode 3 real quick, on Disney Plus,
No.
the thumbnail for episode 3 is literally Anakin with like his evil red eyes. I'm like, well, that's kind of a spoiler, especially for people who haven't watched it.
A spoiler that
For people
I
who
think.
haven't watched it.
I mean, my guy.
I'm just saying,
Yeah.
it's a 2-hour movie, and you could have used any frame and used that. Like, are you
It's a
clowning on me?
prequel trilogy to where the people already know that Anakin is Darth Vader.
Okay, but they still shouldn't put a spoiler in the freaking thumbnail. Just saying. Cause yeah. Anything else Clone Wars related? Cause I'm ready.
Maybe he was looking at a sun that was red. How about that?
Indoors.
Yeah, you don't know.
Inside, he was looking at a sun.
Star Wars, Kevin.
Star Wars. Anything else? Cause I am ready to move on to the next
We'll
topic.
make a
Oh,
segue.
are you? Are you
Alright.
ready to move on? Because I could go more and more.
No, Jacob, would you like to do a sponsor read? Because you really shouldn't, so don't do one, alright? So next off, guys, I want to talk about something. Okay.
Well, too
do-
bad.
Do you guys have TikTok? Do you guys use TikTok?
No.
Nope. No.
Empty?
We're a
I'm
bunch of
gonna-
fucking boomers,
No.
dude.
Yeah, we're boomers. I have a TikTok account. I don't use it. I don't uninstall it from my phone, and I get 5 notifications a day, and I'm just too lazy not to get it. But anyway, I was watching the Dill It for Franco show, and he was talking about, because, you know, sorry, George, to mention it, but there's a lot of kids staying at home right now in quarantine, and they're bored, and I hope that this is a result of just extreme boredom, but there's a thing going around, and this was last week, but it's called the Mugshot
Yeah, it's called the coronavirus.
challenge.
Oh yeah, I've
The
seen that. I've
Mugshot
seen that.
challenge. So MT, Jacob, for those of you who don't know, so hopefully again, just because of boredom and not because they're just stupid, these young folks usually, usually the younger generation, maybe like 16 or under, they'll like, because mugshots are publicly available online, so the kids will go on and look at mugshots of just, like fascinating people, gorgeous looking people, and then they'll try and make their own mugshots, like for
It's
funsies.
they find it's this artsy. I don't even know if I should call it artsy, but it's that like they appreciate the aesthetic. I'm assuming.
Well, I don't know.
The
I think
mugshot.
I guess so. Like some people, like, oh, this guy has really great eyes, or what happened in this photo. And then some people, like James Charles, what a gorgeous man, took it an extra step and like put it like super makeup, so it looks like he got punched in the eye, and it's like bleeding in his nose, and it makes people look like they're victims of assault. And I'm just like, what a horrible challenge. That's so
Wait.
bad. What's up?
Wait a minute, wait. This sounds like one of the most tame ones I've heard of yet.
The thing is, let me deconstruct this for you. I think it's because they're trying to.
Alleviate boredom.
No, well, besides that, it's they're trying to put up a facade of like, it's like pseudo realism, like natural makeup, right? Where it's like, oh, this is how I look naturally, but in reality, you don't. You're still touching yourself up.
I don't.
So this
I mean,
this whole mugshot challenge, I would assume it's more of like a, hey, I'm still attractive under extreme duress.
Can you stop washing
You
your
know?
dishes? Anyway.
I'm not washing my dishes. I'm washing my booty hole.
Well, stop playing water in the background.
Wait.
Also, I don't agree with that, George, at all. Like,
Wait, yeah, I don't know. Are you insinuating that people who are doing this are just narcissists?
no. Like, not everyone like goes out of their way with makeup. Like,
No, I'm
some
pretty sure it's
people-
narcissistic. It's fully narcissistic. Because remember that, like, not too long ago, there was that mugshot of, like, the guy who dumb bitches that was, like, a model.
Like, I feel like I remember that. Yeah, why?
Well, it's, like, the same type of deal where it's, like, they're pretty much trying to find beauty in the most obscene of places.
No, I don't know. I think they're just bored and they decided.
Or am
to
I
make...
just giving them too much credit?
Yes, I think they're
Yeah, I
just bored
think
and
you
wanted
are.
to make their own mugshots, which is just really weird. And then some people took it farther and used makeup, not to make themselves look pretty, but to make it look like they have a black eye or a bloody nose or something. They didn't use the makeup to look pretty. They used the makeup to make it look like, give more validity to their fake mugshot.
Exactly. No, I know. They're putting themselves under fake duress. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but it's just like it's a challenge more so, not like a it's like
No, I know what you mean, but like I said, like all of these mugshots things, it's out of boredom, but they're still trying to make themselves look attractive, is what I'm trying to say. Like they don't just wake up and look ugly as fuck and then only put makeup to make them look beat up. They also put makeup. They first put makeup to make themselves attractive, and then be like, okay, how far can I push myself looking beat up but still be like, oh fuck, you're still attractive?
Is that why people are doing it? Or are you just
no.
guessing?
Yeah, he's just.
Are you?
I'm guessing.
You are just dangerously speculating.
Yeah,
Very-
that's
okay.
yeah. That's,
I mean, aren't we all doing that?
well,
No!
I'm not really speculating. I'm just laying it out. Like maybe I would I think the boldest
I'm
assumption
trying
I
to
made
play
was out of
devil's
bored.
advocate. I'm trying to relate with the fellow kids.
You're
you
trying to
feel
play
me?
devil's advocate, but you're only on your side, George. You clown. I should have a clown sound effect.
Yeah,
comic
I
books.
don't. I think like this is like a QAnon like podcast George wants to do or something. Or we're just
Yeah,
like
George.
speculate about things.
Let's speculate about
Let's
bullshit.
speculate about.
Penis. All right.
No, wait. But
No.
just to wrap that up there, Kevin, you said, I hope this is just something kids are doing because they're bored.
Yeah,
I was like, Kevin, or they're bored because they're stuck inside. Kevin, they ate Tide Pods during a non.
Yeah.
they
People
cinnamon.
ate Tide Pods during a
They're
non-pandemic
just preparing
situation.
for their real mugshot. That's all.
Exactly. Guys, January last year, people were eating Tide Pods. This year, eat whatever you want, King. You do you.
Was it
you-
really
you-
a year
you-
ago that they were
yeah,
doing
Yeah,
that?
Tide Pods. That was last decade, though. Forget about that. Fuck that. Tide Pods do look delicious. I'm not gonna lie.
I believe in social Darwinism.
I'm Darwin. So I guess we're done with the challenge. That's actually the only topic I brought. But anyway, Jacob, did you have a topic with you in your back pocket?
Nope.
What?
Yeah, I do. Let's talk about Dune, my guy.
No, wait.
And MT had 3 as well. MT's our guest. Also,
That's
for
too
those...
many. That's too many topics for a guest.
All right. Yeah, just to give some context for the readers at home, we were about to start recording the podcast, and MT joined our chat, and we're like, okay, so now he's here. MT, say hi to the folks at home.
I've already said hi.
Yeah, so if you guys want to be
Fuck
in an
you.
episode, just join the party and be like, all right, I don't know who you are, but you're here now.
All right, you're in. So Jacob, please present us your big, fat, juicy, throbbing topic.
All right, cut all of that. All right. Anyways, so we want to talk about Dune a little bit.
Yeah, I do.
Was that your topic?
So
Actually,
yeah.
MT, have you heard anything about the movie Dune? I've never heard you mention it, but I don't.
Dune?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Well, yeah. There's not much to know, so I'm curious.
Yeah,
to see
so
what
Heard
you
let's-
think
something
is.
recently about it. That's all.
Yes, let's go to MT instead of the person who's been hyping this up.
I
for
would
2
say
years.
let's put a little groundwork. Jacob and I have not read the book, and I personally don't plan on reading the book until
Nah.
after the movie.
I don't know how to read.
You
But
got
the reason
time
we're
to
both
read.
excited is because of the amazing cast that has been shown, but predominantly because of the director, Delis. I don't want to fuck up his last name. That guy.
Denis.
I already fucked up his first name too. You see what I mean?
Villeneuve. It's French. It's French Canadian. I can't say it, but if you
All of
want
his movies have been Chef's Kiss.
if you want to get an idea of what he does, his most prominent films have been Prisoners, which one I need to get to.
I saw that
Prisoners.
movie. I saw that movie.
Well, there you go, Kevin.
I
Did you
saw
like
a
that
movie.
I haven't
saw
seen
a
it.
movie. Oh my god! And Jacob didn't.
But it's just funny
see it.
because he saw a movie that's relevant, but Jacob and I have not seen it.
It's such a great movie. Oh my god. Anyway, continue.
Who was in it?
The Wolverine, huge jacked man,
Okay, dang,
and
he
Jake
actually
Gyllenhaal.
remembers.
Yeah, you
He
big
actually remembers.
dweeb.
Okay, never mind. He has made film Prisoners, which Kevin amazingly has seen, Arrival, Sicario, and probably the most well-known is Blade Runner 2049.
Ah, Chef's
So-
Kiss. I love that fucking movie.
So yeah, so the best way to explain his art, or not his art, but his I guess you want to say his art, but his directing is he's like an art house director who's been given giant budgets because he really does care about the nuances and the small like symbolic meanings in films.
If it's on screen, it's there for a purpose, essentially.
So basically, the story is this is gonna be a space opera because which is if you want to know what a space opera is, watch Star Wars.
Halo.
Star Wars.
But it does
is,
a lot. But I mean, you don't want them to get expectations of Star Wars. As far as I'm concerned, Dune is mostly known for its like focus on socio-political natures, not
right. So the
lightsabers
prequels
and
of Star
explosions.
Wars. So like.
Okay, you're making it worse. Why the fuck would
Yo,
anybody want to see
screw
this
you!
now?
You're taking screw you! You're taking what I said and attributing to it because I said you wouldn't know what a space opera is, Star Wars, and you're like, well, you can't say that. You didn't let me finish.
Well, I mean, you don't want people to be like, "Oh, cool, this guy
oh
says
yeah,
Dune
now
is like
they're
Star
gonna
Wars."
think that because you didn't let me explain it.
guys
I
are
was gonna
weenies.
say it is like a space opera like Star Wars,
Uh-huh.
but I was gonna say though it really politics and essentially dynamics between people more so than giant battle scenes
Yeah.
and
Mm.
So the
flipping around,
prequels.
which was I was going to say in the first place until we wasted a good 2 minutes explaining something that I was going to explain in
Where
20
you
seconds.
turn those 2 minutes into 5 minutes of you ranting about the 2 minutes that
No,
we
no,
just
don't
wasted.
you gaslight me.
Continue.
I'm not gaslighting you.
Uh,
I'm stating straight
Anyways,
I
facts.
guess I'm
the
the moderator.
basic the basic idea is that the main character is going to be played by Timothy Chalamet,
Who?
who is
Oh,
going to
I really like his work. He's a
who
great actor.
he is going to be the son of essentially a duke, like a duke, which is like duke's a nobleman, who basically takes charge of a planet that is the source of the spice, which is a drug which extends human life,
Ooh.
and he's going to have stewardship. He's going to be in charge of this planet, and so basically they leave this lush. I think it was described as like a Scandinavian-looking planet where it's beautiful, it's lush, there's life everywhere, and then they're going to this like desert like planet, but it's the most valuable planet in the known space because of the spice it has.
Is the planet called Dune? That'd be awesome.
I think it is, isn't it?
No, the planet is called Arrakis.
Oh, thank God I was joking.
And I'm sorry, I should also mention it not just extends human life. Apparently it provides superhuman levels of thought and makes something
Yeah.
called full space travel. Oh, full space travel. That's a actually I could actually explain that, but we're not going to do that here.
Yeah, no.
So yeah, it's the cast. The cast is phenomenal.
Oh, yeah.
It really is. I was surprised.
Here, hold on.
Holy
We mentioned the
shit,
cast so much. Jacob, do you have the cast on hand if you want to just...
I do, yeah. So I already
perfect.
mentioned Timothy Chalamet, who is a pretty up and coming actor, who's been in a number of things.
He's
I
like
wanna
an indie heartthrob.
Yeah, he's been in films that aren't exactly these huge blockbusters, but he's been in stuff with like Lady Bird that was really highly acclaimed. He was apparently he's also in Interstellar. He played the young version.
Yeah, he was
Yeah, he
young Casey Affleck.
yes, exactly. But he's one of those actors you're going to be seeing for a long time. But then more of the established people
Definitely.
that are in the film. You're going to have Rebecca Ferguson, who I would say is best known for her
Mission Impossible.
for being in Mission Impossible, but she's also been in a ton of stuff.
And being hot.
Yikes.
Oscar Isaac, yes, calm down.
I
son.
love Oscar Isaac.
Oscar Isaac, who's one of
God
my
damn, that man is phenomenal.
Oscar Isaac was in a trilogy recently, but I don't remember what it was called.
Okay.
who is another I want to say young
Was it
and
another
upcoming.
space opera?
Oscar Isaac is fantastic. Oscar Isaac will be playing the Duke, who is the guy in
So
charge.
Timothy's dead. Well, they both got curly hair, so I see the resemblance.
Josh Brolin,
Really?
Josh
That's
Brolin,
right. Yeah.
which is basically going to be
Oh,
like
Thanos.
who's going to be the main character's mentor. We have Stellan Skarsgård,
Thor.
Oh yeah, that's right.
who is the scientist guy in Thor, who in the Thor movies.
Dr. Eric Selvig.
Oh, never mind. I was thinking about the other.
He was in Chernobyl. He was in the Pirates of the Caribbean movies as
Will's
The
dad.
dad, right?
Orlando Bloom's dad. Yeah, Bootstrap. Stellan Skarsgård, who's also the dad of all the Skarsgård guys, Bill and all those guys.
Oh,
Dave-
he is. Okay, so
Yeah.
I wasn't far off.
Yeah, it's pretty much
John Cena.
it's a Swedish like acting family.
That's awesome.
Dave Batista, who
Oh shit, really?
Dave
Dave
Batista.
Batista. When I saw him in 2014, I was like, this motherfucker. He's a hidden gem.
He is
that guy-
maybe the best actor to come out of WWE.
Hold on. Did you? Okay, hold on. Probably not. But did anyone see the movie Bumblebee? Because John Cena was in that, and he was my favorite part.
Stop with your
Shut up!
Bubble Boy movies.
Oh my God! Shut up. So the thing is, John Cena was very well. Like he was only in like a handful of scenes, but he was so good. John Cena's a very good actor. Yeah, I just don't think he's gotten like a good role yet.
Yeah, I think my favorite movie of John Cena was The Marine.
I have never seen John Cena in a movie.
He's a good actor, but I just don't think he's gotten like the role
You can
yet.
see him in
You
the
think?
the Fast and Furious.
I have
Or
never
Hobbs and
seen
Shaw, I
John
forget.
Cena in a movie. Okay.
Oh my God, he is in the new Fast and he's
I've
Dom's
never
brother.
seen. Do I really
Yeah,
need
there
to
you go.
explain this joke?
What?
That I've never seen John Cena in a movie.
You
Yeah,
can't
I-
see
we-
me. I'm sorry, I was too busy yelling at George. Jacob, I appreciate your joke. Let me hold your hand. I appreciate you.
All right, so we have Dave Batista. You know, he is Guardians of the Galaxy. What's his name?
He plays Groot.
No.
Yeah.
And he plays
What
Drax.
what is Drax? Thank you, Drax. We have Zendaya. Who will be the
Yeah, Zendaya being in there I was surprised for some reason. I don't know
Love-
She is a good
why.
actress.
love
I know
that.
she is. I don't know why I was just so like surprised.
Yeah, so she'll also be like the main character's like love interest, but she'll also have other roles.
Oh yeah.
Other names that really jump out, we have Jason Momoa,
I love Jason Momoa.
also in it,
Aquaman.
who's basically gonna play like a
Jason Momoa.
Yeah, he's
probably a super soldier of some kind.
Jason Momoa playing Jason Momoa. Like that's
We
all he
will-
ever fucking does.
That's true.
We will also be having Javier Bardem
Who?
in it as well.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. It's
Yeah,
a really
this
good
is
fucking cast, man.
it's one of the most loaded cast I've
Wait,
seen.
is The Rock not in it? I
no,
thought
the Rock's not in it. That's why it's a good cast.
The Rock should plays like some babysitter who's like also a part-time Marine.
I will take The Rock seriously once he plays a vulnerable role. Until then,
Well, I mean, it's the same. It's the same with Dominic Santiago. I mean, Vin Diesel. You know, Vin Diesel has this like superiority complex where he always wants to be the tough guy,
Because he is.
and everything he fucking comes out.
He
Like my
is.
guy.
He's never shed a tear in his life.
If a tough guy has to repeatedly tell you, "Hey, I'm tough,"
Family,
Uh,
family. Ladies.
yeah,
I don't know, man.
that's why I have a lot of respect for Dave Batista as an actor.
I love
because
Dave Batista,
We've seen
and
him.
he has a lot of respect for the art form too, which is
Yeah, because I mean,
insane.
we saw him
Did
get his
anyone
ass.
see Spectre?
Yes.
Pardon me.
Yes.
He's had one line of dialogue in that movie.
His most talkative role ever.
He said shit, and that was right before he died.
Yeah, right before he died. It worked though. It was good. It was a perfect
The only
Bond like henchman.
Yeah,
role.
he was like
there's
a
nothing wrong with
henchman, and
it.
they kind of beefed him up to higher henchman level because the antagonist wasn't physically like on par with Bond. It was whatever his name is. But anyway, that's something else.
Yeah, the Austrian actor. I can't think of his name.
Yeah,
He was in Inglourious Bast. He's been in a ton of stuff.
he's
Inglourious
a great
Bastards.
actor. He's a great actor. I don't know his
Christoph
name.
Waltz.
Christoph Waltz. There we go. Let's.
Anyways,
Good for him. Anyway.
but yeah, it's funny. Of all those people on there, I mean, I'm very much excited, but I really am excited every time I see Dave Bautista in a movie now. I really am
Really?
because you have this guy who's like
Yeah.
like 6'5", the 6'5" big dude, but you know he's getting up there now, but he's still in great shape, and
He knows how
has
to play dramatic roles, which is insane.
yeah he has that ability to look intimidating as all hell, but we've seen him now as Drax.
He's like the
He got his
vulnerable giant, you know?
Yeah, he got his ass beat by both Thanos, and before that in the first Guardians of the Galaxy by the Kree guy.
Ronan?
No,
I mean, to be fair, those don't count because they were both like double his height. It's not like
yeah, he still got his ass beat.
I like Batista.
no.
but
That's why
I'm-
I really liked his run 49 because he's this huge, intimidating guy, but he's so like he just wants to keep the peace.
So, Jacob, if I could add on, like, I like Batista, but I am nowhere near like the level of excitedness you are for him. Like, whenever I see Batista in a movie, I'm like, okay, maybe.
Well-
Because you haven't seen have you seen Blade Runner 2049? I doubt you have.
Why would you ask?
That's where Ana de Armas. That's where I got my first crush on her. I was like, damn.
Ana de Armas. Yeah. Also, for those reading at home, I just want to remind you that MT's still here. Thank you, MT.
You know who she's dating, by the way?
No, don't tell me.
Joel
Oh, I
Heyman.
wanna
Joel
cry.
Heyman.
Ben Affleck.
No! Actually,
Yeah.
I don't really.
That son of a
She's dating-
bitch.
That damn him.
Anything else Dune
Good for
related?
him.
I'd like to go to one of MT's topics too.
All right, MT. What's your
All
top?
my topics.
Yeah.
I got
Yeah.
three.
All right.
Okay.
Well,
see.
lay them all three on the table, and I'll pick one empty.
Okay, we got titties.
Okay.
Wow.
We
Well, now we're
got
cutting
bitch
that
fuck
one out,
you.
Chief.
Okay.
Empty
Well.
doesn't have real
Okay.
topics.
Let's try out the third one.
And well, I can't do the last one because you said I can't say it.
Oh, I might know what that is.
Whoa. So for everyone at home, if this hasn't been cut, MT's from the South, so that should
No,
give
it's
you.
not. Missouri isn't the South, you uncultured swine.
Yeah.
It doesn't
And then
matter.
George's like,
It
I
is.
don't care. I'm from California. No state other than California is the South or the Midwest, whatever. You
If you're on the same level as Kentucky, you're in the South.
yeah.
Yeah, like just
I don't
like
know where that's at,
latitude wise.
but I do like KFC.
Oh, Batista
Wait.
I know
also
they're
wants
not.
to play Marcus Phoenix, by the way. I forgot to mention that.
He
Well,
should. If
that's-
they're
He's been
No,
actively
that
I could
pursuing
see
that role.
happening.
He's been actively pursuing that role, like super hard. He wants to play freaking Marcus Phoenix from the Gears of War franchise. Also,
the thing is
Yeah,
that I
Dune
want to
before it
see
gets too old.
if we're ever gonna see Marcus in a live action role, I really hope he's more like a side character, or a cameo.
I can agree.
Because I mean, his story has already been told. This is the same issue that people that like are familiar with Last of Us, which is almost everybody, and HBO's making a show about the two main characters. It's like, well, we've seen their story already. There's no, and it's also the fact that The Last of Us in itself is already very cinematic. So it's not like you're gonna gain anything out of seeing their story.
Yeah. Unless are they just
Like
telling
that.
their own story with the same characters?
I don't know. I mean, at that point, it's like just tell a story about somebody else within the same
Yes.
world.
Yeah.
Even
That
like
sounds-
a side character that they met along the way.
Halo TV show. Who said that?
That sounded like me when I was
Yeah.
when news about Han or Solo was coming out.
Yeah, it should have been a Lando
same.
movie. Should have been
That
a
was-
Lando movie.
No, because my argument was we've seen the best of Han's story.
His story, where it matters, starts in that cantina.
Yeah.
Same with Luke. We don't want
When
to see
he
a
shot
fucking
first.
Luke movie where he's just a farm boy. Come on, get the fuck out of
That'd
here.
be
my guy.
awesome. That would slap. George, can I propose an idea? Or go ahead, Jacob.
What?
Oh, well, no, I'm going to propose. Okay, George.
Cut that.
No. Okay, so Clone Wars. It's a show like the Clone Wars, but for Halo.
No, I'm good. I'm pretty much done with Halo already, my guy.
Oh, well, I propose it. I knew George.
I don't care
Yeah.
about the universe anymore.
I care about the universe.
Yeah.
I said, was that you who said Halo 5 was better than 4?
No. When did I say?
Oh, thank God.
Maybe in some ways, but like not like entirely. Nah. And
I don't
the-
remember any music from 5. I don't remember any music from 5.
I do.
I don't remember any music from 4 either.
Yeah, you do.
I
So-
don't. I never listened to the 4 songs.
Yeah, you
Which
do.
one?
117?
Oh yeah, well that's a good track. That's a great track. That's the
There
only
we go.
track.
The only song I remember from Halo 5 is The Trials, and that's because it's original Halo music.
When you get, I have the whole Halo 5 soundtrack on Spotify. When you get to the 3/4 mark, it sounds very Halo-esque.
Or you can just skip all the way to The Trials and ignore everything else.
Well, the Trials is in that 3/4 section. I think it's like the song is like Dominion or Genesis. But anyway, like it's that like last quarter that sounds like very Halo. And I think those are the same songs that you get when you play as Chief. And I think you get less of those songs because you play as Chief less in that game. So the other 75% is Osiris because you mainly play as them. So that's where you get this new brand of music. But I think Kazuma, like when tasked with making original Halo music, did a pretty good job. It's just that he was making
Look, I'm
new
not
Halo
saying that
music.
Halo 4 and Halo 5 have bad music.
Halo 4 had bad music. I didn't care for it.
No, Halo 4 had good music. It didn't have good Halo music at all.
Yeah, I see that.
Halo 4's soundtrack sounded more fitting to Mass Effect, even though I love Mass Effect, but it felt more fitting to that than it did to any Halo. When you want Halo music, it's something very specific.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
you got the strings, you got the orchestra, you got the whole 9 yards. You don't get this horn bullshit that Neo focused on, this electronic bullshit, the synth bullshit. No, stop,
Yeah.
my guy.
No, I agree. No, but I think Kazuma did a good job for that last 25%. But everyone just kind of associates it with, oh my god, that's Halo 5? Get that away from me. So then people don't really listen.
No,
to it.
I tried
But
listening to a soundtrack. I just couldn't. I
You
can't.
listened to it like once, George. But anyway.
I did,
yeah,
and I
yeah.
couldn't. And I'm like, hey, the Trials is good.
I don't even
because
think you
it's
listened to the
familiar.
whole thing.
It's
I
exactly
did
how
listen to the whole thing.
Prove
that's
it.
exactly how I feel with trying to listen to like the soundtrack of. It's like an extended universe of a pre-existing like, and it like so essentially basically Halo's 1, 2, 3. I guess you want to throw Reach music in there like that. The Bungie era of Halo.
Yeah,
Like I
was
go
that.
in and I can listen to that music, but my point is like once it gets to stuff that I start the entity I start disliking, it's hard for me to get to attach to the music or other stuff because I feel the same way about the new like Star Wars trilogy and things like
Yeah.
or like the Hobbit movies. I don't like the Hobbit movies that much,
I didn't even
so
see
it's
them.
hard for me to get into the music of them. Even though Howard Shore, did them
You
and
could
he
you could
produced some
say like,
great
hey, this
tracks.
song is actually good, divorced of the source material. But then the fact that you know the source material, like, oh boy, it
Yeah,
sours your experience. It's like a song that's tied to a very emotional moment. It's gonna resonate a lot more with you. You know, when you hear that song, subconsciously you're gonna remember that moment, and it's gonna be a lot more emotional for you to listen to versus just a
I see
random
your
song
point
off the internet.
there, but like listening to like I can easily listen to a soundtrack of something I hate and just be like, okay, like, and just not have that connection at all.
But that's because Doom music is amazing no
Because
matter
I'm
what.
mentally mature. I'm emotionally
That's
strong.
Kevin,
What's up?
we are going to one of these podcasts.
Gonna feed me pudding.
I want to literally just have one topic, and that's after you watch Lord of the Rings,
Oh, you don't
because
want to feed me pudding?
Oh, that's a good one.
I I can literally I think I know people who have I know there's people out there who have like seen Lord of the Rings much more than I have. Maybe they've read the books more times than I have. But I don't really need the movies as much to remember scenes what's going on. I can listen to that soundtrack, especially the complete recordings. I can listen to that soundtrack and I can basically just play the music in my head or play the movie in my head. And it's that's when you know you have something really great. And so I want you to soon watch Lord of the Rings so we can.
He's not gonna do that. It's 9 hours with the theatrical cut.
I'm not gonna
Yeah.
watch the extended. I have some. No, actually, no. You know
I
what?
have one topic that we can end on, but go ahead.
Oh, well, I didn't want to say this, but I guess because I know it. What? Okay, so I watched a movie yesterday, George. I watched three
Yikes.
movies in the past 24 hours. Three. Isn't that crazy?
Which ones were they?
Ip Man 1, Ip Man 2, and Ip Man 3.
Oh my god. No, first of all, it's not It Man, it's IP Man. But
Okay,
anyways.
okay. No, I mentioned this to my coworkers, and I was like, "Oh, I watched the movie." And they're like, "What movie? Ip Man?" And they started laughing at me, and they just said it was IP Man. But here's the thing: in the trailer, they say Ip Man, and then you can't tell if they're saying IP Man because the movie's in Cantonese, so they don't say IP Man. They say Ip Man. They say Ip Man. Okay, and then when you translate it to English in the movies on Netflix, it says Ip Man. So where does IP Man come from? Where?
I don't even know if it's true. It just sounds dumb, so we all say IP.
Well, the thing
No,
though,
it's
Kevin,
Ip
is that the
Man.
trailer was a Cantonese trying to speak English.
Okay, but but
That's
I
like-
did like three things in total that all said Ip Man. Nowhere was IP Man said. It's not
That's
a
like,
thing.
hey, this is
Stop
called-
laughing at me.
No, this is like
No.
this is like if you're trying to correct an old Hispanic lady,
Shut up,
and
MT.
she's like, I want a beefsteak, and you're like, what? She's, I want a beefsteak. And do you mean a beef steak? Yeah, you see what I mean? You're wrong, Kevin.
No.
Everyone
Kevin, how
around
does
you
it feel
is
to
right.
be wrong and
so
racist?
does the whole cast just not say his name right either? If it's IP
Because
Man,
they're not speaking in English.
yes, but when they say it in Cantonese, it's Ip Man. Ip Man.
Yeah,
It's
but
not-
you don't speak Cantonese, so you
that's
say
dangerous.
IP man.
What? So when I say Ip Man and in English, no, when I say Ip Man, and then in the movie in Cantonese when they say Ip Man, I'm saying it wrong.
Yeah, because you're mimicking them. You
What?
racist bastard.
You're a racist. You're a racist.
You know,
What's up?
I could be I could be way wrong at this point, but I don't care. So I'm just gonna say IP Man.
That's literally what my coworkers said too. And then I started crying because they laughed at me. They laughed me.
It just
Yeah,
sounds
you-
dumb. No one ever says that.
I think they're
I
just
watched.
You
laughing
gotta
at
go
you 'cause
see.
you're
You gotta go see
loser.
Aliens, Kevin.
Did you see Ip Man MT?
No,
Oh, I wasn't.
Is that
I don't
is
think I've
that
ever even heard of it.
Oh, that's
is
a good
who's
film.
who's the guy in that?
Danny Danny Yen. I don't want to mess up his last name, but it's Dan. He was in Rogue One. He was. I am the one with the Force. The Force was with me. I
Oh
immediately
yeah, that's
recognized.
right. Yeah,
He's yeah.
Denny Yen. Donnie?
Donnie?
Yen. That's what,
Donnie?
I
Yeah.
thought it's Donnie. Yeah.
The fights are very fun to watch in those movies. The third one was all right, and I don't know why they had Mike Tyson as an antagonist, but other than that, the movies are pretty good. There's a fourth one, but yeah.
Do I think I have one more little topic. You might cut it if it's not very interesting.
All right.
But we could maybe end on this. You want to hear something, Kevin?
What's up?
George is branching out his music taste.
Oh boy, to what?
I told you that in private.
To what,
Yeah.
George? What are you branching out
Now-
to? Electronic?
Cantonese music.
Now,
Going through
I would just say he could say it. He doesn't have to say it if he doesn't want, but heck, George is branching out his music taste.
I mean, I have a really
Is it
fucking
K-pop?
diverse taste in music to
Is
begin
it
with.
K-pop, George?
I was just like, I'm already familiar with everything I'm currently listening. This is what I told Jake. I'm like, I'm already familiar with everything I'm listening to currently. Specifically, it was electronic because I was my music taste varies upon my mood. You know, like I could go from fucking listening to like hard metal to pop music on the turn of a dime. You know,
Literally last year you told me you couldn't do that. So what?
you're gaslighting at this point because
No,
you
I'm not.
go on my
Kevin.
Spotify. I have like a shit ton of playlists. I have like over 5,000 different songs. Whatever. The point is,
The
I told
point
Jake,
is,
I'm like, look, do you recommend anything like electronic? Specifically, I told him dance because everything that I've listened to, I'm already familiar, and I'm trying to branch out from my familiarity because I want to hear unknown artists. Like, don't tell me that like he immediately recommended Dead Mouse. I'm like, no, don't give me none of that everybody knows about. You know, like give me something that you personally like. Hey, this is what I found,
George is a hipster.
and this is what I would recommend.
well, the reason I found it interesting, Kevin, wasn't just because it's George. I mean, I thought about it like George said because yeah, George isn't interesting. No. The reason I found it interesting was because like I wonder how many people are doing this now. You know, like I know we're not gonna talk about coronavirus because everyone's fucking talking about coronavirus. But in terms of like what people are doing now, like inside and home all the time, I thought it was kind of interesting. I'm wondering like,
Jacking off.
I'm wondering, yeah, like this must be like happening a lot, like just people just branching out, and like, because
Exploring.
I
I hope people do that.
Can
really
I
do.
mention when me and MT asked,
No.
George still never denied K-pop, so I'm still
No,
subscribed.
fuck K-pop. Good
don't
God, no.
don't,
He
don't go
hasn't
after the
got that
stands,
far.
bro. Please,
Please,
don't
they
bring
will-
the stands. They will
Please.
destroy this
They
video.
will smell it.
Actually, we might get a lot of views.
Yeah.
A lot
whole lot of
dislikes.
dislike. Yeah, like on my Vanoss.
Yeah,
video. Jesus.
yeah. Don't attack
Comments
the
every
stands.
single day.
That's
MT,
because
Publicity
the internet
is
does not
good.
like fake news, Kevin.
I love fake news. Well, you know
Yeah,
when I asked
apparently
MT
Demi Lovato's over, by the way.
Well, why do they keep making fake
Good
news
grief.
in the media?
what happened to Demi Lovato? Did they realize she made a song about molesting a child, and they're like, wait, that's bad?
Yeah, fuck Demi Lovato. My God, Jesus
I
Christ.
don't know, but I also hate. This is the reason I hate Twitter and love Twitter at the same time. It's so stupid. Where like it's like every other day there's someone's over.
Oh yeah, I know.
Like-
and then you forget about it.
Kim Kardashian was over.
What?
Someone else was over, and this other person was over. I'm like, damn, all these people are over, but they're all still making millions.
Yeah, do you remember when they canceled Taylor Swift and she's still here? I was like, okay.
What a shocker.
Oh my
Why
god.
would they cancel her?
With the
That-
Kim Kardashian drama, that's
that's
a
a-
whole other thing.
Oh.
That was
That's a
2018?
horrible. That's a horrible podcast idea. To stand watch.
Stan. Oh no.
No,
Oh.
but
Poor Demi Lovato.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. We
good
got
for
all
George expanding his big brain musical taste. George, if I could recommend a genre, I don't have a genre to recommend. The other day I asked MT who his favorite band is. No, and then he's like, I don't have one. And I was like, well, give
podcast
me your
gets
top
long.
10. He's like, I don't have one. And I was like, okay, give me an artist you frequently listen to. And he he pauses for 10 seconds, and he's like, Marty O'Donnell. I was like, you tried really
That was
hard
in
to
the party
dodge.
with that. And
Yeah,
then
he
I
tried
told Vince he
really
doesn't wanna
hard to
share
dodge
anything
that
personal.
question.
Stop pushing.
I
I
know,
don't
but he
really
could
care
have just
that
said.
much about music, to be honest.
I know, but he could have just been like, no, but like, like he went out of his way to dodge that. And then MT told me his favorite color's purple, and I never knew.
I mean,
Isn't
there's
that
songs
nice?
I listen to, but
Can we believe that?
I mean, there's a lot of songs I like listening to, but I don't even know the names or who even made them.
So you're what I call passive.
Dork.
What is it called? What did I say?
Enthusiast?
Well, yeah, passive enthusiast. Where you're like you're into these things, but you're not like overboard. Like you're not a, for example, like you could be passively into movies and be familiar with like, okay, I like this actor, I like this, blah blah blah. But you won't go to the part of like being a movie buff, where they're like they know everybody who's in the movie, they know all of their fucking history. You get me?
So like you watch the porn video, but you don't know the girl's name. Or
Exactly.
There we go. There we go.
You're like, it's the bitch with the big titty.
It's true.
MT, do you have like music on your phone, or do you just listen to the radio, or what?
Radio mostly.
Oh.
Most of the music I listen to is probably on my way to work.
Jacob, what's your favorite color?
Green.
George, what's your favorite color?
I like too many colors. It depends on my mood.
He would say that. Kevin, what's your favorite color?
I'm dead
Teal.
serious.
Well, folks, that brings the end of this podcast. Any final words, gentlemen? Nope.
That's a
Top 5
terrible
Star Wars
fucking ending.
characters.
What a great ending. MT, any final... You know what? I think it's fitting that MT has no final words. Kevin, do you have anything to say? No? Okay, well,
Bitch,
folks...
fuck you.
Well, folks, on that note, go fuck yourself. No,
It's funny how
have a good one, guys.
He wasn't like, hey, George, any final words?
Yeah, because you and
just
Jacob
cut
said...
this is where the podcast
Because
ends.
we're all going to die from coronavirus.
No, I'm
Just
making
cut
the
it right
podcast...
there. Just cut it right there. Where I'm like, hey,
No,
George,
cut
no
it
final
right
words, and then just cut
here.
I'm going to cut it
No.
right here. No, I'm cutting it here.
Here.
No, here.
it. No, just
No, okay, I'm done. Stop.
Okay, I'm cutting it now.
do what the Gus and Eddie podcast do, and then just cut it like abruptly.
I didn't cut it yet.
Well, you
Like,
just cut it.
are you
podcast
telling your
over.
future self you haven't cut it?